My husband let his mother move into our home. Now she's trying to replace me as his wife. We've been married 6 years, built everything from scratch together. I worked double shifts waiting tables while he finished his degree. We scraped together every dollar for our down payment. Then his mom called saying she couldn't afford rent anymore. Before I could process it, she showed up with 6 suitcases. He didn't ask me first. Week 1 started innocently. I came home from a long shift to find my kitchen completely rearranged. Every cabinet reorganized. My spices were gone. All of them. She'd thrown them out because they were too ethnic for her taste. When I asked why, she told me I didn't know how to keep a proper home. My husband shrugged, said she was trying to help. Week 2, she started cooking all his meals. I'd come home exhausted to find the table set for 2, candles lit, good plates. She'd look up and say, "Oh, I only made enough for me and my son. Didn't realize you'd be eating here." 5 nights in a row. My husband never once asked where mine was. Week 3 brought the laundry situation. She did his clothes separately, washing, folding, putting everything away carefully. My clothes sat wet in the machine for hours until they smelled. When I confronted her, she said she only had energy for her son. Not her son and his wife, just her son. By month 2, she'd taken over completely, answered our door like she owned it, picked up our phone without asking, introduced herself to neighbors as the woman of the house, called me the girl who also lives here. My husband heard everything, said nothing. The breaking point came last month. I left work early with a migraine, needed to lie down, opened my bedroom door, and there she was on my side of the bed, remote in hand, watching my TV. Didn't flinch when she saw me, just said her room didn't get good light, so she'd be using mine during the day now. My room, my bed, my side. That night I told my husband I wanted her out. He said I was being heartless, making him choose between his wife and his mother. So I asked whose house this was. He said ours. I asked whose money paid for it. Silence. Whose name on the deed. His face changed. My father's inheritance paid the entire down payment, every cent. The house is in my name only. I gave her 30 days. She laughed. Threw her head back like I'd told the funniest joke. Called for my husband. He came running, stood next to her, both staring at me like I was the problem. I walked to my closet and started packing. My husband panicked, asked what I was doing, where I was going. His mother crossed her arms and said, "Let her go. She was never right for you anyway." I stopped, turned around, looked at my husband, waited to see if he'd finally stand up for his wife after months of this. Nothing, just stood there, silent. I called my lawyer that night. Eviction notice arrived next day. His mother screamed, called everyone trying to get them to tell me I was wrong. The family turned on me, called me cruel, said I was abandoning a helpless old woman. Moving day came Saturday morning. Professional movers at 8. She stood in the driveway crying while they loaded everything into the truck. Relatives she'd called showed up trying to guilt me. My husband's aunt yelled that I was destroying the family. His uncle said real wives don't throw out their husbands' mothers. I stood on my porch and watched, didn't say a word. The movers worked efficiently, carrying box after box, her furniture, her clothes, everything she'd brought into my house without permission. She tried every trick, clutched her chest claiming heart problems, fell to her knees sobbing, begged my husband to stop this. He stood between us, looking back and forth. I could see him struggling, years of guilt and manipulation warring with what he knew was right. The lead mover asked if we were ready for the last load. My husband turned to his mother. His voice shook, but he got the words out. Told her she did this to herself by refusing to respect his wife, that she'd had months to change and chose not to, that every boundary she crossed was a choice she made. Her face twisted with rage. She screamed that he was weak, that I'd stolen her son from her, that he'd regret this for the rest of his life. As the truck pulled away with all her belongings, the house was finally mine again.